want to give out, I'm not gonna like name drop. I'm sure if they watch this video, they know exactly who they are.
Whoa, whoa. Yeah. Sometimes we laugh and sometimes we cry, but I guess you know now. Baby, I took a half and she took the whole thing. Slow down, baby.
What up guys, your girl Liv, aka Fleek, and today you are stepping into my get ready with me routine in the bathroom. I decided that I wanted to do this in the bathroom simply because I'm in a rush and all my stuff is in here, so it's just a lot easier just to get ready and get this day started. I mean, it's already like 3 o'clock, but you already know how that goes. So let's turn on some music, let's chill, let's get into this video. Today I'm going to talk about, I said I'm going to do a TED Talk, and today I wanted to talk about your highest version of yourself and setting boundaries and the return of the exes. Child, do I got a story time for y'all, so keep on watching. And if you like content like this, make sure you subscribe and like this video. My name is Liv. Again, for anybody that's new, I create beauty, fashion, lifestyle, motivating content, skincare, the whole nine. Like, that is my realm. The niche is that girl, okay? So let's get started. As the edges, child, is looking crazy. I'm gonna go in first with a heat protectant. Where are you? Is it up here? I'm gonna go in with Kenra's heat protectant. All right. So, story time. The reason why I'm starting again, and I do this on my TikToks. Like, I do TED Talks on my TikTok. So if you haven't got a chance to get into topics that I talk about, you might want to check my TikTok out. But today we're gonna focus on the return of exes, because lately I had a couple exes. I'm in my 30s, 31. I'm 31. I'm not gonna say 30 because 30s make me feel like I'm talking about like mid 30s, late 30s. No, I'm 31 and I've had a couple relationships. So yeah, recently I've had a couple exes come back, which is kind of weird. Like, they've just been reaching out. I am not a fan of that because, you know, I promote no contact. Are my lips chapped? Hold on, y'all. Okay. So lately I've just been having a couple exes just pop out of nowhere. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they just sense my absence, because generally that's what happens. The law of attraction, right? I don't want to give out, I'm not going to like name drop. I'm sure if they watch this video, they know exactly who they are. But that is not what this is for. This is just me speaking my truth and just trying to help other women navigate through when your exes come back, because I promote no contact. And I don't promote no contact in a sense to get your exes to come back, even though it comes with the no contact method. But I promote the no contact because it helps you really elevate yourself. It helps you focus on yourself, and it helps you detach from the person that hasn't been treating you like how you should. So that's why I promote no contact. I always want women to be the best versions of themselves. I want them to be the highest version of themselves. So that's why, again, I promote no contact. And I hate when exes interrupt that time, especially early on. But again, these guys that are coming back have, I mean, I guess you could say some of them have been in and out, have been trying to come in and out. So at one time they were coming in early on, which I wasn't a fan of, because it was early on. Like, you know, early on, you are not strong enough to really give them the boot. You're not strong enough to really say no. Guys, don't look at this. This is awful. I'm putting concealer on it. I actually had an ex reach out to me today. So I'm like, and I'm not saying that to toot my horn. I'm just saying the reality of things. I say this on my TikTok all the time. Don't ever think a man that you dated is never going to come back or never going to reach out to you or never going to seek closure from you if that's quote unquote what they want. They're not going to completely go away from you, especially if you're a good woman. Like, if you're the one who had to up and leave them, especially, oh, they're definitely coming back. They're definitely coming back. I guess we can talk about one that both of them are actually in relationships, which is crazy. The first one I was with was for a very long time. And he just was disrespectful, abusive, just not really a good person to me. And genuinely, I cared for this person. Even now to this day, like, I care about their well-being, right? Just because, like, you know, you spend a certain amount of time with a person, you're bound to still care about them in a way. Like, you don't want nothing bad to happen to them. You don't want to be with them. You keep your distance. But, you know, you still don't want nothing bad to happen to them. I'm not that kind of person. I would never wish, you know, any bad things, death, all that kind of stuff, like, on any person that I dated. Look at the gel. Oh my God. So recently, today, he has reached out and was pretty much started off cool. Started off with really just kind of touching back bases again with me, because he has reached out a couple weeks ago. Just really touching back bases about being back with me. And when I really give him my reasonings of why I really don't want to go back into that relationship, he wasn't really too happy about that. And so he went off. He resorted back to the person that I just completely didn't want to be with. And that was just, again, confirmation for me that I'm making the right choice. And it made the right choice of going no contact, because it's just not healthy. You don't need anybody really talking down on you and disrespecting you. Like, you really don't have to hear it at all, especially if you have no ties with them. And me, I have no ties to this person at all, but time spent with him. You know, we would be with each other every single day, and it was like, you know, an attachment. It was something that I was comfortable in, something I was used to. And now that it's been years later and he's still reaching out, tells me everything I need to know, especially far as myself, far as him. And I can see my growth. I can see that I definitely grown into more of a peaceful kind of person. You know, I have my little clap back here and there, but at the same time, it's not worth resorting back to that kind of behavior after you put in so much work into your healing journey. It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it, especially towards somebody you really just don't want to be with. I have recommended this person to do the same kind of healing things that I did, and they don't want to do that. So we don't align. We just simply don't align. And I think sometimes it hurts men's egos, but that's where I'm at with it. If you can't respect me, we don't need to be talking. And he's shown that. He's definitely shown that through trying to, you know, call me out on social media and really just call my phone. Just, and if like he doesn't get his way, he wants to sit here and dog my whole life. Like, if you so-called love me and care about me, you want to be with me, you want to get to know me, then you're not going to say those things. You're not going to say those hurtful things. And you're definitely not going to bring up somebody that passed away in my life. That's just bottom line. It's unnecessary to continue to keep reaching out if all you're going to do is be negative. And that's not something I want to subscribe to. Period. And, you know, maybe I'm very self-aware. There probably could have been things that I could have done different in the relationship, but I was never to the point where I was like manipulative or gaslighting or just flat out disrespectful to him, his family. Why is this curling like this? Him, his family, you know, there was a respect there. And I think that's like the bare minimum. And once that's gone, I don't need to be talking to you. If you can't have respect for me, we don't need to be talking. So that's first ex, okay? So then the second ex that reached out, who was pretty much like a situationship. This guy was just juggling two women, me and another woman, and it just ended badly. It just ended very badly to the point where I just really had no choice but to get up out of there. So now we got a year later. Even he had reached out like 3 months afterwards, and then a couple months afterwards, and now a year later we're reaching out again, and we're still continuing to tell their feelings towards me, like confessing their love, and then trying to evoke emotion out of me as well, like trying to get me to say that like I'm still in love with them, or that I still care about the situation, or I still care about them. And, you know, our kind of love was more of that high school kind of love that you're not going to find. And I'm just like, what am I supposed to do with this information? I'm not going to give you that. I'm not going to give you, and it's not even like a benefit thing. Like if I don't feel something anymore, then I'm not going to speak on it. And it's not like I just don't, again, care, because with my exes, I do care about their well-beings. I just don't care about what's really going on in their lives, if that makes sense. Like, we're no longer together. What you're doing is none of my business, and what I'm doing is none of your business. Bottom line, for some reason they think my business is still their business. I don't know, like, they're always questioning about who I'm talking to, who I'm dating, who I'm having sex with, just that kind of thing, unnecessary information that they don't need to know. So, tip for you ladies and whoever's listening to this, you do not need to reveal anything to your exes when they try to get that closure or they try to confront you on something. It's none of their business. The relationship is over. They don't need to know what's going on in your life. Now we got that out the way. So yeah, just evoking emotion and trying to like bring out things that I feel like I've healed from and don't need reminding of. And I just felt like that was just so selfish, because not only are you with someone and you're about to get married, you have no purpose to hit me up except for releasing your feelings, like getting that out there. Here's my thought process on when your exes come back. They could genuinely actually really want to be back with you, and they could genuinely want to start over and start fresh and develop a relationship with you in a more healing way, positive way, a more healthy way, right? And then you got the exes that just want to come back because you are their supply to their ego. Some of these guys are insecure, and the girls, because clearly these guys are in relationships or they're talking to a woman. You got one that's getting married and one that has somebody. So clearly these women are not enough for them. And that's not me saying that these women are not enough. Like, they're not worthy, because I would never say that. But something within inside them, they feel the need to keep reaching out to me. And they could love me, they can care about me, but they don't care enough. Well, one is actually I won't say that. One is actually willing to try to make it work, I guess. I don't know how true that is, because once I give in, what does that mean? What does that look like? I'm not in a space to figure that out, because if you play me, it's gonna be a problem. And I completely grown from that person. Like, we are not on the same level. We are in two different realms in our lives. Like, in all aspects, and respectfully. I'm not saying that because I just think that I'm just this high value woman and I just think I'm all that. I mean, I am, but I'm also humble enough to know that I give people the grace to grow. But after a certain time though, like, anyways, there's no shade, no tea, no shade. Anyway, some of these guys they're just empty. Something's empty within them and they need that supply. So again, you have the exes that actually want to come back and make it work in a positive, healthy way. Then you got the other ones who just want to continue to play and figure out if they still have access to you. Like, they still want to feed their egos. They still want to feel like they that guy, especially if you're a pretty woman. Guys don't like to lose their hoes. Okay, they do not like, and I'm not calling myself a hoe, but like, you know how men talk. They do not like to lose their bitches. Like, in their mind, you are still their girl. And they would hate to see you be with another man. Like, it would actually hurt them a lot inside. So, that's my little TED Talk, my little story time. That was longer than expected on that story time realm. But let's get into the no contact and what do you do in no contact. And I'm pretty sure I spoke on this in a couple of my other videos, and I spoke on this on my TikTok. But basically, in no contact, you are doing just that. Not talking to your exes, not looking on their social media platforms. You're really going radio silence. You are not focusing on their lives anymore because you are more in tune and focused in your own life. In no contact, you should be creating the highest version of yourself. You are figuring yourself out again. Sometimes in relationships, we get very lost. And so we get so immersed into another person and infused that we kind of fall out from ourselves, and we need a little reminding, like, oh, we are still that girl. And you can't do that when you are simply focusing, scrolling, looking on fake pages and Finstas and still looking at their pages. That's not part of no contact. No contact is nothing. No calling, no texting, no lurking, none of that. Number 2, boundaries. Boundaries is so important, especially in breakups. You have to set boundaries for your exes. You need to set boundaries even with your own self. When you make promises to yourself, you want to keep those promises. You're the first person that's going to love you, aside from your parents. You are the first person that's going to love you and show people how to treat you. And the first way you can do this is by, when you promise yourself something, you actually hold on to that promise. That is the first way you can show yourself love. That's going to set the tone for other people. If you can keep the promises for your own self, then you're going to expect other people to keep their promises that they've promised to you. That just builds your trust within yourself. This builds up your intuition, that gut feeling, and it really helps with your discernment. So, build boundaries. Boundaries is saying no to certain things that don't align with you, that you don't have time for, something that you're not comfortable with. Boundaries is just letting people know when something is either not okay. Boundaries are expectations and needs in different areas of human experience that help a person feel safe and comfortable in their relationships. And it looks like there are 6 types of boundaries. You got your intellectual boundaries, your emotional boundaries, your sexual boundaries, your time boundaries, material boundaries, physical boundaries. And you can look into that on the internet. I won't go into depth about that in this video. But setting boundaries just creates healthy relationships. Because sometimes our partner may make us feel uncomfortable, and you have to tell them like something's not okay. Now, setting boundaries in the no contact, you sometimes have to block that person. That's your boundary. If they can't respect to not call you and not to reach out, especially so early on in a relationship, because early on in the breakup, nobody, male or female, is going to learn their lesson. And I'm not saying lesson as like this is a punishment, but this is just to show somebody that you deserve respect. So reaching out to you so early on is like they're not going to learn to respect you if you're going to give in. You have to really give it some time. If you don't give it enough time, if you don't give it enough time, they're just going to resort back to treating you the same way. Just like with your own self, it takes time for you to form good habits. It really takes 2 weeks to form a habit. And even then, it's a struggle. Even with me now, just trying to find good habits for myself, it takes time. So taking somebody back right away is doing a disservice to yourself, because they haven't learned anything. They haven't felt what it's like to lose you. They haven't felt your absence. It's just not good. Set that boundary to not have any calls and texts, and sometimes that means blocking. Block your exes. Don't speak to them for a while. If you need to not even speak to them for a year, do that. It's hard. It is hard to not talk to your ex. I'm not gonna lie, it is hard, especially early on, because you have this routine with them. Again, your life revolved around them, and especially you'll notice at certain times you feel a little more sad than usual because that might have been the time that you used to talk to them. So it will be hard, and you will have to take it hour by hour or minute by minute or day by day, week by week. But by the time it's like 3 months in, you kind of start to feel like yourself again. Self-esteem, high version of yourself. We gotta build that during the no contact. Okay, and the ways you can do that is affirming yourself. Start with affirmations. I listen to affirmation podcasts. I can definitely link that below. Mirror work. Talking to yourself in the mirror, and it sounds so freaking corny, like me even looking at myself in the mirror, and just looking at your body and really complimenting yourself. A lot of times we do a lot of self-hate. Like, we always pick on our flaws, always. And sometimes it's like a coping mechanism, especially in public when we're around other women and we talk about our flaws to each other. Sometimes we like to say those things before they say it first. Like, we somehow, some way want to be self-aware that yes, we know we have this pimple on our face and we got to make an announcement so nobody's just staring at this and thinking like we're getting shit talked about us, you know. I think it is a coping mechanism. So mirror work helps. Just listening to podcasts too, I've recommend that so many times, so many times. Journaling, really expressing yourself in your journal. Your journal is your journal. This is not a book that anybody's going to read. This is it. There's no right or wrong way to journal. Write whatever you feel. Write them intrusive thoughts. Write whatever you feel the need to write down in that journal. Write your prayers. Talk to God. Sometimes it's better to journal and talk to God than to talk to anybody, because some people love to gossip. Like, if you don't have a solid relationship with somebody, it's hard to open up to them. Therapy also is a good resource in your healing journey and really building up your self-esteem. Because again, sometimes the people close to us aren't really the safest people to talk about because people gossip. At least with therapy, you know, if they start talking about your information, it's a HIPAA violation and you can sue. So they're least likely to really talk about anything that you confided into them about. The other ways to build your self-esteem is, you know, start with also your appearance too. When you look good, you feel good. Do a little light makeup. If you like full coverage, if you like the no makeup, a makeup look, do that. Put yourself together every morning. Start a routine. Get in the shower. That's like the first order of business for me, is getting in the shower. That always kickstarts my day, because if I don't get in the shower, if I don't feel that little bit of cold water and then warm water, I'm not going to get out of bed. I've noticed that about myself, and I've been in such denial that, oh yeah, like I can sit and do my I can do my work and not get in the shower and then get in the shower. Like, no, I will sleep the day away if I don't get in the shower. So get in the shower, kickstart your day, do nice body care in the shower, do your skincare. Then when you get out the shower, put on your finest lotions, put on, you know, your finest perfume, do your finest skincare. Daytime skincare, I'll put my like routine, because it's definitely different from night. I don't like to do intense skincare during the day, simply because of the sun, and I feel like some products shouldn't be in the sun. But yeah, pick out like a cute outfit. Pick out a cute outfit. It doesn't have to be super fancy. It could be a workout set. Workout sets are so cute, especially to run errands and stuff. Or you can get dressed up if that's your thing. And then when you look in the mirror and you start to look put together, you're like, okay, like I'm okay. Get a nice nutritionist meal in. The highest version of yourself eats breakfast. The highest version of yourself looks good in the morning. So those are little tips to really like get yourself feeling like yourself again. And I say that this is an important piece in the no contact, because your exes, like mine, the return of exes, will reach out, and you need your self-esteem and you need your strength to really stand on your boundaries to tell them no. I don't know. I guess use your discernment. If you genuinely think that when they come back into your lives that they actually are here to be a better partner towards you, then go ahead and be with them. But a lot of the times when you do, especially very early on, you take your exes back, they kind of go back to being the same way that they were. So you really have to trust your discernment and use your discernment, and you know, decide from there. And that's what I had to learn throughout my whole healing process. So build your self-esteem, because your self-esteem is going to be your backbone to not letting these men play with you, play in your face again. Okay, so I'm gonna finish up doing my makeup. I'm gonna just be quiet and do my makeup, because it's already 4:30. Well, it's 4:28. So I'm just gonna do a little light makeup, and that's what you guys are gonna watch me do really quickly. Okay.
Hey, you, what's the deal? It's popping up in here. Wanna have a good time, just trying to chill. When I couldn't help but notice how you're staring at me. Ooh, baby, you're so fine. You deserve my time, but you're sexy as you're qualified. So, boy, why don't you, baby, why won't you come and talk to me? Ooh, I wanna get closer. Ooh, baby, let me show you. I see you coming over, baby, you're moving. I'm waiting on you to. Tell me what I wanna hear. Come in my ear. Boy, you're making me feel sexy, baby. We can get up out of here. Gonna keep on. I'm watching you, you watching me. Gonna keep on. Can't you feel this chemistry? Gonna
And that is the final look. We're gonna put some setting spray on. We're gonna go in with one size on till dawn, because this will be on definitely till dawn. I swear this is like gossipy. It gotta be gossipy. So I really hope you enjoyed this little video, this little TED Talk. I don't know how long this is gonna be, so I don't wanna call it little, but I really hope you guys enjoy learning about a little bit about my life and about no contact, setting boundaries, self-esteem, the whole 9. Make sure you guys comment below. Let me know if you guys have any questions, anything that I missed in this video. Definitely put it in the comments. Like this video and subscribe for more videos like this and other get ready with me's and more TED Talks, of course. I don't know what I'm saying. The outros always be like so hard for me, but I'm really happy to be here and I'm glad you guys tuned in with your girl. That's all. Until next time, bye.